Hi, we are from the masterclassrecipe.org. Today we have specially invited Peter Glickman to answer your questions regarding the master cleanse. Peter Glickman is the author of the Lose Weight, Have More Energy and Be Happier in 10 Days. His website and books have helped an uncountable number of people to complete the master cleanse over the last 3 years. Today, he's very kindly agreed to share with us some of the tips and answer your questions on the master cleanse. So without any further ado, I'd like to say hello to Peter Glickman, and we shall proceed with his interview. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure for me to talk to your viewers and listeners. This whole thing started as a hobby to help other people. I got very healthy with the Master Cleanse, and then other people asked me what I was doing, and I ended up talking to hundreds more, and it's my greatest pleasure to do so. So, why should people do the Master Cleanse in January? Well, January is a great time because people have eating holidays in November and December. People have Christmas, they have New Year's, they have Kwanzaa, they have Hanukkah, they have all kinds of religious holidays. There's a lot of holidays that come around this time of year, and people indulge themselves, have a great time, and sometimes they eat way too much. As a result of which, usually in January, everybody wants to do something to feel better. In addition to which, I have a private theory that because of all of the junk that people eat and the overeating that people do in December, it brings on the cold season in January and February when the body's trying to shed all these extra toxins that have been taken into the body. In addition to which, doing the Master Cleanse several times a year is a great thing to do anyway. It is a little strange to do it in January because the Master Cleanse does tend to make people feel cold, as any kind of fasting does, and the Master Cleanse is a juice fast, but it is important to do. Yes, there are some very good reasons to do the Master Cleanse. Before I get too deep into it, I should point out that the United States Food and Drug Administration has new rules on testimonials. One has to tell people what the usual and expected reaction is from whatever it is you're talking about. So let me just say that if you do nothing but drink lemonade for 10 days, you will lose weight. Nearly everyone does so. What are some of the other things that happen that are not guaranteed to happen to everybody, that happen frequently, and one of the reasons why people pass it on to their friends? Well, people find they have lots more energy. It takes about 30% of your body's energy in order to digest food. So when you're not doing that, you have lots more energy. And your body then gets a chance to be reset. It's like hitting the reset button for your body. This gives your body a chance to do housekeeping, get rid of old waste, get rid of fat, and in general, tune the thing up. In addition to that, when people do the Master Cleanse, frequently we hear them talk about how they can breathe more easily, how they can smell better. In fact, there was a fasting conference that's usually held annually in a Russian republic called Buryatia. And in Buryatia, they have a fasting conference once a year. And in the 2001, these are just some of the problems and diseases that were mentioned as being effectively handled by fasting technique. Obesity, not a big surprise there. General health improvement, pretty good. Gout, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, ulcers, arthritis, nodules in the lung or the liver or the lymph glands, skin diseases like dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, bacterial and viral infections, lungs, colon, stomach, gallbladder, intestines, pancreas, mental problems even, neuroses and schizophrenia. In fact, there was a very famous Russian psychiatrist, Yuri Nikolaev, who was at the Moscow Psychiatric Institute. And he's well known in the fasting community for having fasted over 7,000 psychiatric patients. And he had a 70% cure rate, as he reported it in his books and literature. So there's a lot of good reasons to do the Master Cleanse. In addition to which, the Master Cleanse is recommended by some doctors, MDs, as well as many, many chiropractors. Some of the more famous MDs are Elson Haas, who is the author of several books on detoxification, who says that the Master Cleanse is his favorite form of detoxification. James Coy, the past president of the American Environmental Medical Association. Dr. Carlos Garcia in Clearwater, a very famous alternative medical doctor. So there are a lot of good reasons to do the cleanse. It's true that many people have problems with cayenne. Usually it's because they've tried it before and they tried way too much to begin with. Cayenne is an acquired taste, and as such, you have to take a little bit of it at a time until you really begin to like it and enjoy it and tolerate it well. Richard Schultz, who was a famous master herbalist and in fact still sells many, many, many herbal remedies on the internet and has written several books, talks about the fact that of all the herbs, if one were to learn only one, cayenne would be the one to learn. And the reason for this is that cayenne does so many things well. Number one, it dilates blood vessels, so it helps bring blood to any areas that are deficient in it, to speed healing. Number two, cayenne helps cut mucus. Number three, cayenne feeds the heart. Both Dr. Richard Schultz and Dr. John Christopher, who he studied with, another master herbalist, both used cayenne pepper tinctures or powders and liquids to treat people that they came to treat who had had heart attacks or strokes. And it's because if you take the cayenne pepper by powder or liquid in the mouth, there are nerve endings in the mouth which get stimulated even before the cayenne gets down into the digestive system. So some cayenne is better than none. So by all means, do not put it in capsules. Richard Schultz says don't do it. He sees that people do not get the same results with capsules that they do through cayenne powder. And after all, on the Master Cleanse, gelatin capsules are made out of boiled sinews, tendons, and hooves. So of course it requires digestion. But use the powder and start with just a pinch of powder, and then as you can tolerate it, add more and more. If you can't stand the powder, don't put none in, but just a pinch, and use just a pinch until you tolerate that well, and then do more.